Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.
Caution. Hey yo guys, welcome back to the Moba 5v5 official weekend scrims. It's a Saturday and I hope everyone's free. And I bet all of your friends are free, so get them also onto the stream and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to actually get the stream up there to other people too. Get your friends in, get all of the people that you know, of course, people who like Mobile Legends. Don't bring your dad, aunt, uncle, mom, or anybody that doesn't understand Mobile Legends because obviously they're just going to waste their time. They can do much better things, but you can do it by helping us too, by increasing what we're doing in the MOBA scene in India. Again, we're back onto the caster desk. It's me, Crucifix, and with me, it's going to be Sasuke. Sasuke, in the blue side, it's going to be CWK, and in the red side, it's going to be LSE Sports. Do you think they're actually going to, have the potential to make it big?
Same question, and let me answer you like, hey, even though to make it something big, you need to start from small. And Scream is one of the places where you can try and practice and bring something out worth your potential.
I completely agree with you. Potential is where it's at right now, and I bet most of these teams that are coming up are trying to feel what it actually means to actually be on the top spots of, especially in India, a rising scene. Hey, talking about that, we are jumping straight into the banning phase, the picking, and the big and the big
Uh-huh. Perhaps is it just me or you are having a net
off the
connection but not
screen
mine?
is the best of you.
Okay, just for some moment, like you were disconnected. I feel like
Ah,
it's my connection, or I'm quite not sure.
I probably assume it's mine because in the end of the day, my internet does have a little bit of wonkiness to it. But then again, is it audible now?
Yeah, you're perfectly audible. And looking at the draft, I'm really excited to see because the Kadita is a standard ban. Like we accept, like, hey, why is there Kadita ban being placed out from CWK? But the real question is, like, LS banning out Khalid alongside a glue. Now, this is some unusual ban. You only do just in two circumstances. One is out of respect, like, hey, there is some godlike player with playing this kind of heroes in the enemy, or you don't want these
Mm,
heroes in just because they could be a counterpick for your own draft.
Not particularly. I believe that Khalid is going to be a big threat, especially with the fact that he has a lot of movement speed, especially on his sand skateboard. But we'll just skip right next, right past that, because right now we're seeing an Angela getting picked finally. Because both of these teams, kind of did that thing where Team CWK decided on not banning the second ban, so they actually got an opportunity to get the Angela in, but they're gonna trade that off with the Bane onto the side of Team LS, and they know that they can't really put any more, what do you call it, risks at that because obviously CWK are risking it, giving the Bane to the enemy side. But I see it on jungle position, so I don't believe that's actually going to be that much of a threat because as everyone knows, Bane's second skill, the Ale, is going to heavily rely on the fact that he's close up to the enemies. And I think with the Angela being there, that's a little bit of a another health bar, basically around 3,000 shield to actually soak up the damage that Bane's gonna do. Akai in the jungle from the side of Team CWK, and Vale to actually top it all off.
Whale with the Kai is not really I'm expecting because one is just pushing or pinning down the enemies while another needs to hold down the enemy together to just to burst down the enemies. So this is really kind of a questionable draft from CWK just for the wheel because there are a lot of potential heroes which could work around just pretty well with this kind of a composition. You got a Farsha, you got a Kimi if you want to burst continuous down the damage, but to top it off, LS just go with the Grok in the row position. Now the
I
burst
believe
potential from LS is way too humongous just because they have prioritized Angela. Alice respecting them, like, it's okay. You can just take down the shield, you can just take down the healer to protect yourself. will take a lot of tremendous amount of crowd control and burst potential that you won't be able to heal from it.
I agree with you, but the fact that they actually picked the Angela and the Veil in the first pick and phase, I don't think that's actually a good idea. Especially knowing the fact that you can always consider the Angela a possible mid laner too, if at all a strategy arises with that, as a good option. But then again, both of them were picked, so I think right now LS already have their strategy in mind on how to counter them now, and they've got the Granger and also Alucard banned off. They don't believe. I don't know why the Alucard. What maybe in the
Uh,
EXP lane with a vengeance and along with Angela, he's going to be a big pain. But I don't think it's warranted to actually ban that dude. But the Granger and 1-1 nonetheless. Gold lane, since both of the teams have not picked their gold laner, I think is actually kind of valid. Uh, wait, I think Team CWK believe that the Bane's going into the gold lane or
oh,
maybe the
yeah,
EXP lane, so that's why they banned the Lancelot. But surprise, surprise, he's gone to the jungle.
that's so true. But it's just for us that we know the reality because for side of CWK, they are still unexpected because Pain right now is kind of a flex pick and they're not anticipated it. Like, hey, it could be a jungle too. Right now, a
It's a
lot of people have been using that Bane into the gold lane, and which is being fairly good. An unexpected use just throwing down to the jungle was a surprise pick, which Ellis had the confidence. And looking at that, Carmilla onto the draw, which means that Grok will surprisingly be on EXP lane, or perhaps he decides to go into the goal lane with the damage, the damage
Mm.
items. He would be having a huge potential, just tectonic charge melting down Whale alongside Beatrix at this point.
It's possible, and I completely agree with you. Damage Grok does have its own niches, but again, it's a damage Grok. You're losing up on a lot of tankiness. Even though Carmilla is a good, well, you let's say tank, she's not going to be, that person that you can rely on for consistent CC because the only CC that she's got is the second skill, which again has a long cooldown. So it's definitely not going to be a Grok in the gold lane. It's going to be maybe a semi tank or full tank Grok in the EXP lane. And now the last pick from the side of TWK is going to be that carry to keep the Gatot and the Akai melted down into crisp butter slices. I mean, not crisp butter slices, melted butter, on your pancake, if you want to call it, because obviously they need somebody to keep both those heroes in check. And Angela, obviously, you can get life bane effects, so I think it's all okay. I think Team LS have won the draft, but it's all a matter of execution, no?
Yeah, you're right about that. But, you know, just because they got the two of the frontliners, it all depends on Beatrix and Whale to dish out the damage. Whale, circumstantially, like he needs to depend on the items a lot just to bring that early game damage. So LS do have a huge opportunity to invade and slow down a Kai tankiness. With that, they could have an early advantage. You got the Rock, you got the Carmilla, and there's a Zishin in the mid lane. She could not be that much of damage dealing aspect, but hey, the second skill does leash a tremendous amount of magic damage.
To be fair, right now, the Zacian does not have a consistent spot in the meta today, at least, because obviously not every single pro player actually requires the Zacian in any pick. But again, we're back into the land of Dawn to see who is actually going to be crowned the victors of this match. It's going to be CWK on the blue side and LS Esports on the red side. And look at that, we've got Carmilla already engaging in. We've got right now Zacian following in through, but it's going to be that retribution that secures the buff for the side of Team CWK, and the pressure is building on the side of the map that you don't really want to see it, especially not with a tank jungle. Look at that, Unbreakable being used up, but it's not going to be useful because obviously we've got the Celestial armaments from Zacian to keep away the Gatok Gacha from any taunting today. Oh, look at that, though. We've got a lot of damage in the mid lane. We've got the flicker from the Angela being popped off, and Miku is going to be going down first blood for the side of Team CWK. Who else is going to claim that kill? And is it going to be someone else that's going to be taken down? Because obviously, who else is asking that question?
Who else? Perhaps we might see a skirmish happening down in the goal lane itself right now. Marksmen are dueling between themselves to prove Who stays on top of the food chain right now? Akai
True, true.
looking forward to get to get to the level 4, but that one miss, the creep which Bane stole is leading this team onto the top.
Oh man, if at all Gary actually engaged in that team fight just there, Akai would have been a panda meat in any given situation. But for now, he's going to stay alive, and Akai is going to prioritize getting the red buff in level 4. Instead, we are seeing the Bane rushing in at that turtle because obviously he's got the retribution damage gap onto the Akai, obviously. But look at that, Zacian's been knocked up into the air by the Veil and Gatot's unbreakable catches 3 people. But look at that, the deadly catch in the back line. We're getting to see the AOG connecting on 2 people, and it's going to be Gatok catcher getting taken out. Zero out of the picture. Vanix getting the kill. We got Grok also. He's gotten the tectonic charge, but nobody's falling off. Nobody's actually interested in getting the kills. But look at that, the heavy spin from the Akai, pinning down Miku, making sure she knows who her daddy is. But look at that, we've got Toby from the top lane of the bot side. We've got Vanix getting taken down. Beatrix going in, getting more. Ronti is out of the picture because Toby decided that his lane is not more important than getting 2 kills. And we've got in the top side, I think Mappa. I'm gonna call him Mappa, dude. Him just forcing down all the tower shield.
A micromanagement plays coming in from CWK, making sure they get something out of it, that particular deal. And it all starts from the top lane. Not exactly it was on the top lane, but the gang happened on top lane, dragged it all towards the mid, and then ended in the Akai jungle itself.
Oh man, look at that though. In the top side, there's going to be a lot of pressure building up. We've got Miku, we've got Mappa, and we've got Cigarette in the top side. I don't think Sig. I'm just going to call him Sig. But yeah, so they're in the top side, and I don't think they're actually going to find a way to get the kills there. So they're going to rotate back to the mid lane. But look at that. We've got Angela coming back into the top side. We've got Bennett's ultimate launching in, and it's not going to actually land on Carrie because she's just going to sidestep it. Because we see in the fight happen in the mid lane, we've got the hard guard coming off. But again, Ronti's going to find a kill on who else, and Vanix is going to find his own way back to the base because obviously we've got Gatok Catcha doing a lot of damage. But again, Mappa is now here, and he's here to save the day. We've got one person low on HP, Ronti. After getting that 1 kill, I think he's going to take a step back and go back to the base. But for now, we've lost the jungler from the side of Team LS Esports.
Well, I anticipated like hey, Zacian would be having an upper hand in terms of early burst damage, and also LS do having upper hand in terms of early game. But this time, CWK knowing the power spike, they're moving as a team, they're moving as a unit, and Angela's hard guard is providing the essential, support part to this whole team, and they are trying to get something out of it, even though the goal
Oh,
is not yet attained. Oh, retribution miss coming in. Carry secures that turtle right on the point where they needed it again. The goal lead right now is in the hands of Alice. With that power spike, they're looking forward to go gank over to the
oh,
beach. But hey, there's the shotgun melting down the Carmilla, but that damage is not much enough right now.
I completely agree with you. Zacian's damage is kind of underwhelming, especially in the early game and in the mid game too. But late game, she's got a lot of consistent damage, so I believe it's not going to be bad. Look at that, though. Vesker is going to do a lot of damage to Carmilla, forcing her back. But again, Bone Chan is going to take a little bit of damage, but she's going to heal it right back up. And again, I don't see much of any team fight that's going to be possible. Gatok Gacha trying to engage into Carrie's safe space. So Mappa is going to decide on taking even more of a step back. We've got Ronti coming in. He's going to actually use the tectonic charge. Catches the Angela. Here comes the curse of blood. Catches Toby too. Both of them out of the picture. AOG to use, used as an escape skill. And who else does not have enough mana to actually continue on that team fight? So Vanix is going to take advantage of that, take the blue buff, and I think they're going to push the mid lane now because obviously Akai has pushed the bot lane.
Mhm. Yes, CWK, they're trying to gain something out of it, even though that was an outstanding team fight from LS. They did not anticipate it. Like, hey, let's guess who's from the back lane. I have the shot with me. Bane popping out the deadly clutch again, and this time we might get something. Who else is dead? This man got the Sky Piercer as the first item. Looking forward to get something out of it. but all he's doing is getting caught off guard from the deadly shot itself.
I completely agree with you, dude. The Skypiercer is pretty good on Vale, obviously, especially since he gets movement speed and also an execute passive that you don't really need an execute for. But again, he's not able to find any kills, but he definitely does have a few stacks on his passive. That means his movement speed is slowly but surely increasing. And we've got a little bit of a lane switch going on the side of Team CWK. I think Beatrix in the bot lane is kind of, poetic right now, especially since the top lane has been lost. And while there's not much of anything that's going to be defending the mid lane from the side of Team CWK. That's kind of surprising, but it's okay. They still managed to defend the lane.
Mhm. The CWK, the damage dealing aspect is Beatrix, and you need to make sure he's farmed. And once you get the tower, like the bottom tier tower for CWK, it's still standing there. So it's an insurance for Beatrix. Like, hey, even if there's a gank, he's probably going to be safe,
Oh,
but not for a long time. There's a tectonic charge,
oh
Mr. But there's four people there trying to go for the bloods. Toby goes down.
my God, that was absolutely beautiful. The Flicker was able to dodge both Tectonic Charge and Deadly Catch, but again, it's a little too much if you have four people against you, man. You don't really have that many Flickers to evade every one of their spells. Again, in the mid lane, we've got now a little bit of pressure being built up from the side of Team CWK, and I don't think Akai is actually going to let them. It's going to be Grok trying to actually displace the enemies, but the heavy spin is going to catch Grok off guard, and he's going to get pinned to the wall right next to the tower tier 1. Who else is going to find a kill on Ronzi? And I don't believe that Team LS Esports have any, possible, what is that, response to that one.
Or maybe not, but the huge resources being used out. That's mean like this Meta is gonna go fall down as Ranix tries to take him off, and like no Happy Spain and AOG are the huge resources which CWK have in their hands for the team fight. Not to mention the hard guard is also something which you need to keep mentioning, but as a carry, dishing out damage, but the heal from Angela is still keeping up a Kai alive. Huge resources being used from both sides, but you got the deadly catch, you got the ultimate from Carmilla, alongside the global position revealed from the Zishin itself.
Oh, but look at that. We've got right now a curse of blood finding its way onto Kai and Angela. But look at the deadly catch catching up that heavy spinning machine. She's going to run away. But again, I don't think it's going to be possible for the side of Team LSE Sports to get the kill. They're going to just directly try and take the Lord, especially with Carrie and Bane being alive. They're going to have the advantage here. But no heavy spin means Akai is going to be in a lot of trouble. And there comes the AOG. Miku securing the Lord. We've got a lot of light wheels onto Zero, and he's going to get taken out. Look at the curse of blood, though. I don't think it's going to be possible for anybody to actually survive this. We got Carrie using the flicker jumping in. We've got Akai getting saved by that beautiful hard guard. We've also got Beatrix in the back line running away for her life. Brock, though, he's going to find his way to actually use the flicker and the wall to get the tectonic charge, but misses in a matter of seconds because of Akai's headbutt. He's able to actually use that for quick thinking, use his head, and completely negate the whole idea of getting a kill.
That is something. It's a serious tip off like which CWK needs to go for because the damage dealing aspect, like
Oh,
hey,
look at that. Beatrix
you
is
need to
caught.
re-engage.
Oh, I don't think there's going to be a possible engage, but look at that. We've got the heavy spin possibly, and we've got right now Miku getting caught by that one, and Carrie's going to get taken now. He's not going to actually find a way to escape from that heavy spin, but again, now with Miku being taken out, Mappa being taken out, there's nobody to actually burst down Akai, and look at that. They've got the hard guard. No, not the hard guard. Zacian out, Bone Chan getting the kill though, and I think the wall is going to be kicking them in one place, but they don't got any damage. They don't have anyone to actually do enough damage to actually keep them into every into the back line. But look at that heavy headbutt. Not heavy, but yeah, Toby finds a kill onto Miko, and we've got the deadly catch though. So there's gonna be one person, Vanix, who's gonna actually have the damage now finally, and he's gonna find another kill onto no, yeah, onto Zero, X0.
Mhm. If and only if Akai had a little bit more HP, they would have gone for a re-engage because Beatrix was present, the damage reliever is there. Alongside the frontliner, they would be having a good comeback or a trade-off for CWK, but right now they're looking forward into a tremendous situation of the minion horde pushing down the side lanes. Both side lanes have been no, not in their control because Unless they got this opportunity, once they see that Beatrix or the Whale, they are not into the team fight or even the Akai. Uh, let's just say if one person is missing, they have a big opportunity to just initiate the team fight, making sure, like, hey, we can win this because they don't have the whole five-man composition together because their whole draft is to stick together, make sure, give proper sets, and make sure the damage dealer is doing all the job. Again, ultimately
Oh,
got
look at
out from
that.
Ramila, but hey, there's a tectonic charge.
But the Curse of Blood is what it's at. It's going to do a lot of damage. But again, Angela barely missing out Wannix's first skill, the Clap Claw Cannon, and able to escape with a hard guard. Obviously, that was not the best course of action. You do have a lot of movement speed, so it's actually better to actually run away. But he decided to use the hard guard. Anyways, it's like 10 to 20 seconds cooldown. Does not really matter if you use it now. It's going to just come back in the next few seconds. And again, talking about something that's coming back in the next few seconds is going to be Lord spawning in. Right now, it's the 12-minute Lord. It's not going to have any enhanced effects. We've got to wait until 18 minutes, but I don't think both of these teams want to actually keep it going any longer. They want to actually end it as fast as they can, and LS have taken the advantage in terms of taking the Lord. We've got Beatrix and Vale buying new items, of course, being the Genius Wand for the penetration, and also Beatrix getting the Has Claws, Retribution, securing the blue buff, allowing Akai to actually get that, required cooldown reduction and also mana consumption reduction. But it's not going to be probably enough because if they lose in any of these team fights, they're going to lose the game without any questions. They don't have the retribution. We've got Vanix in the top lane with the physical build, obviously doing a lot of damage. We've got the heavy spin now, finally getting that Grok and Vanix away, but the Lord's going to be taken out. Look at that. The Curse of Blood only catches one person. We've got the Phoenix Descent now. Tectonic Charge, too. We've got the Deadly Catch on the side of the map. We've got 3 kills. It's going to be onto Vanix's hands, though. He's going to try to find more. He's going to actually not decide on take the Maniac, I think. He's just going to try to push the lane. Push the Nexus and try to end the game. We've got the Phoenix Descent stopping both Vale and Beatrix. And now we've got a win for the side of team LS Esports.
Oh my. It all begins with the idea of bursting down, of giving the crowd control potential. Carmilla alongside the Bane is dealing a tremendous amount of damage. And hey, the Bane was on the physical damage build. It's not
Yep.
on the magic damage. And still, he deal a lot of damage, like 26% onto the jungle Bane. That to a physical damage dealing items. Is this too much for the CWK to just calculate out the damage? Was way for any of the frontliners to just sustain it because we can see like, hey, there's some defensive items. There's the dominance eyes from Ikai alongside Gato Kaja. But that is not enough. They need the anti-curious, but it was way too long. They were taking it along. And even they do make it, they have another threat. The scary in the LS, even though they sustain the damage from the deadly shot from Bane, you got a marksman who melts the tank.
Dude, I'm gonna be very honest with you, dude. As the game is going through, I believe that with the way the Bane played, it actually was crucial for him to actually win the game. They didn't have anyone who can actually push the towers, but yeah, Carrie did do a good job at it. She had 57% damage in terms of doing damage to towers, but Bane also did a lot for his team. And again, one thing that I want to mention is the fact that the Magic Bane the idea of the Magic Bane has one major flaw: the range of his second skill, Ale. And if at all it connects, it's basically bursting you down. So when you don't have a flicker, you're practically giving away an easy opportunity for the enemies to actually escape. You can possibly combo the flicker with your deadly catch and Ale to put a huge dent in the enemy's defenses and a lot of dents in the enemy's HP bars. But that is not the case for Bane Physical because obviously the Crab Claw Cannon has a lot of range, and if it ricochets onto one target and hits the other one, obviously it'll do more damage. Secondly, if it kills the first target and then ricochets, it does even more extensive damage. So I think the physical Bane is where it's at in the jungle. And it's very kind of risky to play him in the jungle as a mage Bane. But again, physical Bane does his work and still manages to do some more. And as we saw in this match with Venix carrying the game. Sasuke, I think that's about it. Do you have anything more to say?
No.
And like that, folks, we will be taking a short break. So stay hydrated. Make sure you stay and keep watching because obviously we're coming back with even more exciting matches. So stay tuned. We'll see you soon.
I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I read the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I read the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I read the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Moba 5v5 official weekend scrims, obviously state-wise. And right now we have Flux official on the blue side and Diddy Esports on the red side. They are asking for a copyright claim. Anyways, it's all okay as long as these teams actually change the name once they go pro and they don't actually fall into any legal troubles because obviously nobody wants that. And these teams are not that, silly to actually make that kind of mistake. But you know what? It's all depending on what they actually do that makes them go pro. And right now, we are in the caster desk. It's just me, Crucifix, for now. I might be joined by Sasuke, but I'm not sure about it. So for now, it's just going to be me, Crucifix, on the caster desk for you guys. It's it's Flux Esports on the blue side, and also Diddy Esports on the red side. And again, they started banning, so we'll jump right into the draft. We've got Grok getting banned onto the side of Team Flux Esports. Joining him will be that Zushin. Obviously, nobody really wants to actually deal with the Zushin. Of course, that is only a possibility if at all Team Red, Diddy Esports, have decided on going for maybe a utility jungler. Maybe that's the main core strategy that they actually go for. And I think Team, Flux Esports have done their homework, so they decide on going and banning the Zushin. I think. Wait. I think. My apologies. Flux Esports utilize the utility jungler, so they actually don't want to actually deal with the Zushin, so they go ahead and ban her. And from the side of Team Diddy Esports, they go ahead and get the Rafaela and Khalid get banned off early on, so there's not going to be any invade or respawn timers getting reduced to zero from their from this match. Of course, we've also now got the Esmeralda getting banned off as the last ban from the side of Team Flux Esports, and now we await the last ban from the side of Diddy Esports. Guessing that they're actually going to go ban a flex hero, something along the lines of maybe possibly a gat. No, not a Gata catcher. I think. Oh no, completely exceeded my expectations. These guys go ahead and go and ban the Yi Sun Shin because obviously that hero is kind of busted in the the jungle position, but that only leaves for a good few heroes to be open, maybe a Bane, possibly an Angela. And Angela, again, like that, gets picked onto the side of Team Flux Esports. That's going to be the first pick, but again, it's still a flex pick. It's considered a flex pick, obviously. If you've got maybe a utility lineup in your sights, I think the Angela could go for the mid lane role, and you can have a possible strong control tank, or maybe yeah, I think a control tank would be actually good, for the side of Team Flux Esports. And look at that. To actually utilize the Angela's ultimate, they've got a Valentina getting picked onto their side. So there's going to be a mid laner who's going to have the utility as equal to a good roamer too, but she's also going to have the damage. We've now got Tigreal too on the side of Team Diddy Esports, which is going to give them much needed crowd control and a lot of power housing in terms of actually keeping a good set on every single team fight. And look at that though, from the side of Team Flux Esports, they've decided to go for the Arlot onto their side. I believe that's a good hero, but again, it's not going to be the most useful heroes in most situations because obviously Arlot can always go for the semi tank or maybe full tank build and always keep himself alive in most situations. But he also does regenerate a lot of HP with his vengeance the moment he actually procs it every time with the passive. He does regenerate a lot of HP, so he's going to be very valid too. And both of these heroes, Granger and Arla, always do, benefit from the Angela. And I think with that, the first band of picking phase is done with the Benedetta getting picked onto the side of Team Diddy Esports. And now we're jumping into the second banning phase. We've got the Wan getting banned off early on. I believe that's a good ban, but again, there's a lot of heroes that you can actually ban out from the side of Team Flux Esports. The Irithel is still open, and a lot of possible counters for that Granger is still valid here. So I believe that it's actually a good idea to keep out the positions. Wait, what is One doing in the ban section for the side of Team Diddy Esports? Dude, they have not picked the marksman just yet. They cannot afford to actually keep the marksman pool that low, the gold laner pool, I mean. So it's actually kind of silly from their side to actually keep the One in the ban section, but they do follow up with the Alucard. I mean, he is kind of busted. He does have a lot of damage and sustain, especially with the life bane nerf. So I believe it's actually a good idea to ban him, especially if you're inexperienced in terms of dealing with that guy. But like I said, the Irithel getting banned off is no surprise to nobody. We've now gotten done with the second banning phase, and now we're entering the second picking phase. And Diddy Esports have the first pick. I don't really know what they're going to pick because right now they've gone for an unconventional Benedetta, and there's still Lancelot open. So I believe that the Lancelot will be prioritized just for now. But I think that actually, going for the marksman pick, the goal is going to still be valid too. But you've already got the enemy's, goal lane position off the charts. You can always, counter that later. You can get the, powerful junglers into your side first, and I don't think that's actually a good idea to, get the goal laner just yet. I think it's actually wise to wait for the final pick before you pick the goal laner in this current situation, but they decide on going for that, the Bruno into the goal lane, and it's going to be valid still. But look at that. I'm not even commenting anymore, dude. Okay. Thankfully, we've got something other than a Yin getting picked onto the side of Team Flux Esports. I don't think they're. No, please don't pick the Yin. We've got the Xavier though. I think the Xavier is going to be a stay, and it's not going to actually change at all. But thankfully, they didn't go for the Yin because against all of those enemies, especially the Tigreal, the Bruno, who can always use the Worldy, and the Benedetta, who has the Petrify, I think the Yin would be a very bad pick there, and I would have actually cried if that happened. But instead, we get a good frontliner in the form of Fredrin, and we've got a good backline, early game damage being Farsa, of course. When the moment you hit level 4, you're practically doing a ton of damage to the enemies. And to counter the Fredrin, obviously the top tier counter to Fredrin is someone who can deal a lot of true damage in the jungle position, and that's going to be Xborg. Once he overheats the enemy, he's going to do true damage every single time, and I think it's going to be the biggest problem for Fredrin at this current point of the game. But even with the Angelo's hard guard, it's not going to be that big of a, you know, difference for the side of Team Flux Esports if they even do true damage. So I believe that Team Flux Esports have the advantage as of just now. But that's again only speculation. It's all a matter of execution and how both of the teams play. In terms of drafting, I believe that both of the teams are kind of on a equal footing. I believe that Team Flux Esports have gotten a few better picks. The meta is definitely on their side, but again, comfort is always over meta, and we have definitely seen that over the years. And with that, we're entering into the picking, the game in between Team Flux Esports on the blue side and Team Diddy Esports on the red side. And I believe that right now, with what things are actually looking up for, I believe that Team Flux Esports will have the advantage, especially early on with the Angela, of course, on their side. However, there is still a chance for Team Diddy Esports to actually come around. And like that, guys, we're in the land of Dawn for some exciting action between Team Flux Esports and Diddy Esports. Both of these teams I've never heard about, but I guess they have their time to shine now and prove me wrong. Look at that, though. Rio is actually trying to help, try to help see if the Tigreal is actually trying to invade, but I don't think he's actually finding any opportunity to do that. Both of the teams' roamers are completely avoiding the whole idea of getting that bonus gold, so they're actually just trying to play it safe. Look at the bot lane though. I think Arla and Benedetta might actually just go for an engage. I believe that it's a possibility for them to actually just trade blows and just call it a day. I don't think it's actually good. But look at the top side. We've got Granger doing a ton of damage. We've got the lethal ignition doing even more, and we've got right now Farsa going to the back line trying to actually get the kill on Bruno, but he's gotten some HP back with the Region spell, and Valentina has now sent the mommy back home because mommy's home is going to make sure that's going to be done. Look at Granger though, so off position, gets caught by the Sacred Hammer and gets taken out too. Absolute mockery on the faces of Team Flux Esports. They are losing members in one after the other, and I don't think it's actually a kills actually being but he's not gotten any kills. Actually, I just noticed that. I think that's actually kind of bad going on. I believe that right now, with the way things are going right now, I believe in the bot lane we're gonna see another kill. But Benedetta does not seem to actually be trying to overextend. She is going to overextend though. With the map, we can see that Arla is going to be low on HP. She's not going to be taken out though. It's going to be Benedetta who is going to be punished for that overextension. Now in the bot lane, we're gonna see the turtle spawning in the next 1 second. Now we are going to have a big fight for who is going to get the first turtle of the match. Is it going to be the one who actually deals a lot of true damage, especially to heroes with high HP, Xborg, or is it the one who can actually take a lot of damage and do even more with the Appraiser's Wrath? But look at that, we've got the final slash from the Arla, and we've got the Sacred Hammer from the Tigreal, but the taunting is going to make sure the enemy is not going to actually engage even more. We've got a lot of damage coming in from the side of Team Flux Esports, and they inevitably will be winning onto that fight. It's going to be Diddy Esports that finds a kill on Farsa, and also Team Flux Esports that find a way to get the kill onto Benedetta. But look at that, though. We've got Valentina low on HP. He's going to be forced to recall, and I believe with the way things are right now, Flux Esports have the advantage in terms of taking the turtle, but will Fredrin be able to actually do enough damage to take down the turtle fast? Because Last Insanity is still a possibility. He's got the Faraga armor on, and I don't think there's going to be any chance for the side of Team Flux Esports to capitalize on this one. The damage was very low, but look at that. We've got Xborg taking a ton of damage from the Feather Airstrike, and also Link who was doing a lot of damage with that ultimate. Okay, look at that. He's not going to actually get the kill, but it's going to be Angela Rio finding the kill on Benedetta, who's making sure that there's nobody who's going to be taken out. Look at that, though. Fredrin gets the opening to actually take the turtle down, and I think he's going to follow through and get that blue buff directly. Xborg is losing up on a lot of resources and farm. He does not have the last insanity. He's not going to be able to time the retribution right. Look at the final slash taking away the Faraga armor. Look at that, though. Feather airstrike again, trying to find its mark, trying to find its way to actually get the kill. Look at now, we've got Vengeance trying to actually find a way to get the kill onto Tigreal, and he's going to get the Tigreal down for the count because obviously the hard guard is going to give him enough confidence to engage on the back line, and he's going to find even more. He's going to get pulled into the tower, and he's not going to get taken out. He's not going to get punished anytime soon. Look at the Vengeance keeping him alive, and the final slash missing, but it's going to be Rio that's going to get the kill onto Valentina. Team Flux Esports are putting up a lot of pressure that Team Diddy cannot keep up with, and now Tigreal is trying to actually, do some damage control, zone out the enemies, but nobody is actually afraid of him. Look at that. Right now, we've got Benedetta trying to actually engage, and he's going to use the ultimate, but then again, it's going to be the implosion and a final. Okay, last insanity. That's going to do a lot of damage to the Fredrin, taking him out, but it's going to be Arlot finding his way to get the kill onto our Xborg here. He's going to actually get the godlike now, and Valentina is going to copy that feather airstrike, but nobody's going to get caught. We've got right now bot lane getting pushed by Benedetta, who is obviously he knows that Arlot was low on HP in the top side, and now in the top side we've got a lot of fights going on in a matter of a few seconds, dude. We've got Rhapsody doing a ton of damage, taking down Tigreal. We've right now also got Xborg almost losing up on his Viraga armor. Mommy's Home is in the top lane. Actually, now we've got Last Insanity, and everyone flickers away. And Last Insanity was absolutely wasted there. But in the end of the day, who really cares? Look at that, though. Granger now has enough damage to be taking enemies out one by one. Xborg also going to get taken out. Double kill for the side of Team Flux Esports. Flicker being used out to escape from Benedetta's ultimate. Triple kill for him. He's going to use the Detonata to actually find a way to get the enemy's location, but he knows he can't really take Tigreal for that Maniac, so he's going to take it safe and play it slow. He's going to try pushing the mid lane while everyone from the side of Team Flux Esports completely ignore the turtle for some reason. I believe they're actually trying. Okay, they're going to go for the turtle now. But look at that. Granger does find his way to actually get the tier 1 in the mid lane, and I don't think Tigreal is open to actually using his implosion just yet because obviously he does not have himself the Flicker's battle spell. Fredrin, he's going to be able to take the turtle down without any pressure from the side of Team Diddy Esports. They're losing up on a lot of resources and a lot of power points in the map. They're losing up on a lot of positions that they could use to take their advantage in any team fight. Team Diddy Esports are going to struggle here, but look at that. We've got Arla jumping in, the final last insanity, I mean, and also a ton of spells from the side of Team Flux Esports that are not going to be very nice to the side of Team Diddy Esports. And now they're going to lose 2 members as the turtle was just taken. They have the advantage rolling. They even got the numbers also down. So Team Flux Esports have the advantage overall. And I would love to see the itemization on both these teams because I want to know how bad the teams are, or like bad Team Diddy is playing. But look at that. Benedetta finds his way to get the kill on Rio. And he's not going to be the one who's going to be, running away after that. It's going to be Ranger that finds the kill onto Benedetta, and that was a wrap for that previous team fight. I think that was an overextension that was not warranted. I think it was a bad call, but it's okay in the end of the day. Look at Arla trying to find a kill, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Again, back to the itemization. I feel like with the way things are, Team Diddy Esports don't really have any items to actually spare. Like I said, they have very low farm. Only Benedetta is keeping up with the second, third, high lowest farm onto the side of Team Flux Esports. They do have some things that I would like to mention, though. Bruno having the Hask clause allows him to sustain, but is it going to be enough to sustain all of the damage from the side of Team Flux Esports? I don't know, but we will be able to find out if he's going to get a little more farm, though. I don't think there's any opening for him to do that. It's going to be totally difficult for him to actually try to keep up with the damage of the enemy marksman. Obviously, he's got a 611 KD, and with the way things are, I don't think Tigreal is going to be able to find an implosion just yet. But look at that top lane. We've got a final slash taking down the worldly champion, and out of the picture is going to be Bruno. But look at that. I think Tigreal is actually trying to position himself for a good implosion. He's probably he does not use it. He does not use the option that he got, but again, it's going to be Exports Viraga armor that's going to be taken out. Look at that, though. Bot side, we got an off-camera kill. Farsa getting taken out by Benedetta, nonetheless. this guy is still trying to find his way to get the kill on the backline squishies, and he's still able to do it. But is Team Flux Esports going to retaliate to that, disrespect, the blatant disrespect that was just shown? But look at that. We've got Granger alone on the top side. He's going to be hovered upon by Angela, obviously. He's got the hard guard on now. And I think Valentina being there is going to actually copy the Granger's ultimate, the Dead Sonata. I think that's not going to actually help her that much, but it's okay, I believe. I think. Oh, but look at that. We've got Fredrin coming in now. But in the mid side, we've got Farsa getting taken out by Benedetta again. But it's going to be a draw game because Farsa is going to take down Benedetta in the process, obviously, because she took a lot of tower damage just to actually get that kill. But again, Benedetta is doing a lot of good jobs here, like a very good job here, trying to actually zone out the Farsa, make sure the Farsa can't zone out the side of Team Diddy Esports. But it's not going to actually do much if at all Team Diddy Esports don't capitalize on Benedetta's sacrifice. Look at that though. Arla is going to actually find the vision on the enemies, not allowing Xborg to engage in the turtle fight. Look at that. The Firaga armor taken off. Now Arla is going to be in a lot of trouble. But look at that though. Implosion's not going to be followed up from anybody from the side of Team Diddy Esports. Very rough, and I don't think that's actually a good sacrifice there. But in the end of the day, what can they really do? They've lost on all their resources, and now they're losing up even more. Granger getting the godlike by taking down the Valentina, and I think Carlot's in a sticky situation, but he will be able to find the legendary onto that Bruno there, who was unsuspectingly trying to actually do something there. But look at that. Arlott now has the hard guard, and he will take down the Xborg in the process. It's going to be Rio that's getting the kill, actually, and he's still going to stay alive. I don't think Take Rio can do anything because he used up the implosion, and I don't think there's going to be anything that's going to happen for the side of Team Diddy Esports actually keep them alive. Yeah, Harlot, though, he's still getting the hard guard again. Here comes the Farsa's ultimate. Now the final slash, taking out all the members one by one. But it's going to be Arla that's going to be taken out, and the Nexus for the side of Team Flux Esports. You might be getting distracted by the Arlot a lot, Diddy Esports. You did not do good there. Good God, that was very tough. My throat is actually giving up on me. Anyways, back to the lobby screen, we actually get to see the way that the teams play any chance of winning because they didn't have the items, they didn't have the farm. And look at that, Arlock getting the MVP. This guy solo carried the game without much of any stress from the side of Team Diddy. And they actually did try their best, but it can't actually match up to a good synergized 5-man queue. And I see why they actually banned up the Zushin. They wanted to use up the Arla and Fredrin to the fullest of their potentials, and it kind of worked out for them. And I think the utility jungler standing that they actually just pulled up, very, very, very good. With the Farsa, though, the only problem that I actually saw was the fact that Benedetta was making sure Farsa was taken out in every team fight. However, I think that is the only person that has died more than 2 times in the side of Team Flux Esports. Well-deserved win, in my opinion. And now we will take a short little break. Make sure you stay tuned. So we will be right back after a little over 5 minutes. So see you then.
I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Moba 5v5 official scrims. And it's the weekend scrims right now happening here live at the Moba 5v5 official YouTube channel. Make sure you like the stream, share, and subscribe to actually get more people in and have more fun with a lot of new people in the chat section, obviously. Hey, talking about that, we are here live. Okay, and the caster desk, it's going to be me and Shinji, who is going to be joining me shortly, and two amazing teams. I'm just going to call them Aura and What, because obviously I skipped out on the part where I actually tried to ask them what the team's names are. So we'll just stick to Aura and What. I apologize in advance, so please don't crucify me. But and hey, talking about that caster desk, it's going to be me, Crucifix, and joining me, it's going to be Shinji. Shinji is maybe running a little late, so stay tuned for him to actually jump into the caster desk. But we'll just jump right into the action. Team Aura have banned out the Gacha Gacha, Aemon, and Glue for some reason, but surprisingly, that's actually a good set of bans. And from the side, a team WAT, we've got Bane, Lancelot, Angela, Grok, and okay, we got Obsidia too on the side, a team, Aura. Alice too, for some reason. I don't think she's actually warranted to actually get a ban every single time, but that is what it is. We're all okay with an Alice getting banned because that hero is a little too pesky and hard to kill when, especially when she's got the vengeance on. And let's just jump right into the picks before the last ban actually comes in. The first picking phase is done way back. I was actually not there to actually play play it. So we'll just go into the picks. We've got Lapu Lapu, Roger, and Irithel getting picked onto the side of Team Aura. And also from the side of Team WAT, we've got two Fish Ladies and we've got Esmeralda, the thick Latina. And okay, I shouldn't have actually said that, but again, everyone can understand my sentiment as to why I call her that. It's because Debbie obviously has coined the term Esmeralda is equal to thick Latina. You can take it up with her in court. But now we're back into the caster desk. no, sorry, the second banning phase, picking phase, and Team WAT have decided to go for the Hayabusa to take down the backline. Obviously, the Irithel is going to be very fast for any other assassins to actually catch, especially with Aemon and Lancelot getting banned off. So I think, Hayabusa is varianted, but again, you could always go for the Yi Sun Shin. It's a good option too, alternative, obviously. But look at that, we're probably going to see, no, not a Nana, a Veil from the side of Team Aura. I don't think that's actually a good idea, especially with these enemies. But it kind of does work out in certain ways, I believe, because there's the lack of mobility from the side of Team WAT. Well, Esmeralda is not going to be taken out that easily. Kalea might actually just have a hard time, especially with the Whale's second skill and knockout. Actually, it's a bad pick. Vale is a very bad pick now that I think about it. A Farsa would be much better, especially owing to her being, able to fly away from danger and reposition pretty well, especially against the faces of these heavy crowd control and tanky units. But Vale is still gonna get picked along with Hylos for some reason. I understand the sentiment of the Hylos to slow down the enemies with a ring of punishment, but the drafting seems kind of mediocre. They've got three very strong heroes, being a Lapu Lapu, Irithel, and also Roger. But again, Roger is still a hero that's in the A minus tier as of right now. So I don't think it's actually a very, very good pick. But the Lapu and Irithel do speak volumes for their side. I believe that's okay. Like for them to pick that, but with no Purify being on their side, I believe Kalea is gonna have the time of her life, especially with Kadita. They're gonna have a lot of fun melting down all of the enemies, and I don't think it's a very, very good pick, set of picks from the side of Team Aura. They're going to struggle a lot, especially against heroes that are A tier and above, especially S minus tier Beatrix. A plus tier Hayabusa, Kadita S plus. We've got A minus Kalea and S plus Esmeralda. I believe it's going to be very hard for the side of Team Aura to keep up with this team. But in the end of the day, it's not about the picks. It's only 40% in the draft and 60% into the gameplay and the execution. We are now jumping into the land of dawn for this exciting match between teams Aura and WAT. Aura on the blue side and Team WAT on the red. And now, as the teams roll in, they're going for their blue buffs respectively. I think the Hayabusa is probably going to go into a EXP gank first, I believe, and I think that's actually more valid than having the gold lane ganked early on, because obviously the first turtle of the match is always going to spawn in the EXP side of things. However, I believe that Roger is possibly, he does have the possibility of taking the kill on Beatrix pretty early on. So I think it all depends on how they play. Look at the top side. We've got Lapu Lapu taking a lot of damage. We can't see it because of Esmeralda's shield. She's still level 1, finally gets level 2. Now she can absorb the shield, and she is going to be able to sustain even more. Lapu Lapu, though, uses the regeneration spell to actually keep himself alive. Everyone in the top lane, that means Little Wanderer is going to go to the side of Team Watt, and Aura are gonna lose up on that. I don't know why Hylos is overstaying in the top lane. Obviously, it's to actually get all the experience from all the minions. And again, it does. Oh, look at that. We've got Kalea jumping in. We've got Hylos using the Ring of Punishment, but it's only gonna take down more of his HP. And we've got Esmeralda trying to block off Hylos' escape route, but Revitalize is gonna keep him alive for just a few more seconds. Unknown getting taken out. But look at that. We've got Kadita also taking down the Lapu Lapu, but Roger is going to find his way to actually get the kill on Esmeralda, and I think he's going to find a double kill easily, but Hayabusa shut him down. Daddy's out of the picture, and the Lord spawning in the next 15 seconds. Roger is going to be alive, but he's going to get a double kill. Hayabusa way ahead, leagues ahead. Obviously, he's got a 4 KD, 202, so he's going to get the advantage in terms of at least leveling up. He's going to get the EXP crab, and I don't think he's going to actually keep it to himself. He's going to give it to his trusted partner Esmeralda and engage in the turtle. And obviously, since Roger actually started off with a red buff, I believe that it's not actually going to be possible for him to actually. I think he started on the blue buff, and now that he started on the red buff, he's not going to be able to reach the turtle in time. Hayabusa is trying to actually engage, invade, and take the blue buff from the side of Team Aura, while Roger is in the bot lane. We've got okay, no Tsunami Slam. But we've got the Quad Shadow from the Hayabusa and Aogi Shadow kill, but it's going to jump onto the minions and stop midway during the whole dash. So Vale is going to stay alive for a bit longer. I believe with the way things are right now, Team Aura are not looking healthy. They are looking going to lose up on a lot of team fights, especially with the way that Team WAT are playing, and especially since they can't find a kill in the bot lane. They've spent so much resources while they were getting invaded that they wanted to get the kill on Beatrix, but they still weren't able to. But look at that, we've got the ultimate from the Beatrix trying to do some damage, but misses everyone. And I don't think it's going to be possible for Irithel to actually jump away from all of that. But she will. She will defy my odds and make sure she gets the kill on Kalea. And here comes the glorious pathway, trying to mark down the back line, making sure that Beatrix is taken down. Irithel is going to be taken down, but Beatrix will be too. 3 versus 1. Will Lapu Lapu engage? No, he's not going to. He's going to decide on taking a back step, make sure he does not actually waste all of that, okay, make even worse the momentum that Team WAT have already gotten for themselves. Whew. Tough times call for tough measures. I really would like a glass of water, but in the end of the day, we can't really get everything that we like. Hayabusa getting himself that sky piercer, but look at that. We've got an engage on the Irithel, forcing him back, and I don't think it's going to be possible for the side of Team WAT to get a kill, especially inside the tower. But look at that, they still managed to stay alive. Esmeralda's still alive. That was going to be very, very, very bad for the side of Team Aura. But look at that, the Tsunami Slam catches one, and it's going to be the Hylos unknown going into the unknown, getting taken out very quickly, especially in the tier 1. I think he overextended there, especially with that Tsunami Slam. And Ogi Shadow Kill finds a way to actually get the kill on the back line. Vale getting taken out. Especially, I don't think he's going to actually have any chances of, getting taken out just yet, but he will stay alive for now. Roger, he's trying to engage onto the red buff. Lapu Lapu trying to actually go in, but look at that. We've got Irithel getting taken out in the bot lane. Look at that. The damage from Beatrix doing so much. The Hylos, who does not have any farm or defense items. Roger, though, he's taking a lot of damage. He will decide on taking a step back. Roger now gets himself the Wind Talker. He will actually have the attack speed also, so he can actually do even more HP based damage to the enemies. Look at that. He's actually going to use the Ice Retribution. But then here comes the Quad Shadow. He's going to be following up. No, I don't think he's going to be following up with the Ogi Shadow Kill. Oh, I was wrong. He will be following up with the Ogi Shadow Kill. Finds his way to get the Unstoppable achievement. And he will try to actually get the Irithel down too. Irithel, at this point of the game, does not have any damage to defend against, any Hayabusa attacks. But he will find the Quad Shadow again and to the Irithel. But it's not going to actually latch on. So it'll be all okay for the side of Team Aura for just now, but a 5,000 goal lead is going to be very, very punishing for the side of Team Aura. Here comes the Tsunami Slam. I don't think so. It's going to be the Rough Wave that finds a way to get the kill, and Lapu Lapu will be taken down by Arslan, who will also be followed by Unknown Hylos getting taken out by Hayabusa, who has almost 70 stacks into the Sky Piercer. No, I think it's actually 40 stacks into the Sky Piercer, but it's still very big nonetheless. Look at that though. Esmeralda going to the back line. We've got Ogi Shadow Kill and also the Quad Shadow getting taken, used up, and getting a double kill. Godlike for Hayabusa and a god, what do you call it? A legendary for him. He's going to invade and take the blue buff and make sure he actually has the advantage rolling in. And with all of that going on, Team WAT have the advantage rolling through every lane for now. They've gotten every tier 1, while Team Aura still have not gotten even one tier 1 tower, which is very, very, very bad for their side. Look at that though. In the mid lane, we've got Rough Waves taking out Vale again. Mid gap getting very intensified here, I believe, right now with Kalea jumping in. Does not find a way to actually use the Tsunami Slam in there. But again, it's not going to actually be a guaranteed kill, especially since Kadita does not have the ultimate, the Rough Waves off cooldown. But look at that. We've got a little bit of a problem. We've got Tsunami Slam going on to Roger. Ogi Shadow Kill too, finding a way to get the kill on Roger. It's going to be Hayabusa that gets the kill and the turtle spawning in. And I don't think it's actually a good idea to take the turtle down just now. So you got to wait for the 8-minute Lord so that you actually accentuate the advantage that you got. But at the bot side, we've got Rough Waves finding a way to get the kill onto Irithel and Hayabusa getting the kill on the turtle. But look at that, the back lane, sorry, the back side of the map, I believe that with Whale and Hylos low on HP, they will not be able to actually, fight through. Look at that though. Roger gets taken out without any mercy. Daddy is out of the picture, and Hayabusa still on a streak.
Hello, hello, Crucifix.
Hey, yo, Shinji, welcome back to the stream. It's a weekend scrims. Am I right, Shinji? Are you excited?
Absolutely, I'm really very excited. But pardon me for coming, really very late. I guess it took me 11 or 10 minutes here, including the draft. And yeah, we are getting to see the red team really chalking out the blue team here. And look at their Hayabusa coming in with a Shadow Kill, and with the quad Shadow he'll be backing off, getting that legendary as well onto Whale there, and the Tsunami Slam coming in. Beatrix getting that kill onto Iritel. Damn, bro, what kind of a gameplay coming in? 25 and 4 the score is. So, may I know the name of the teams here?
It's Team Aura on the blue side and Team WAT onto the red side. And look at that. These
Oh,
Team
oh,
WAT have gotten up until now. They're absolutely demolished. And look at that, though. They're not actually
oh,
letting the enemies come out of the base. But look, we've got a Petrify and a Rough Waves to take down the Valir. And that's absolutely chaotic, dude.
oh my god. Oh, what a gameplay coming in, but look at there. Oh my god, legendary again. Halo's falling off. And Team Aura. Oh
Oh,
my god. Hayabusa again, but this time Lapu Lapu will be getting the kill onto Esmeralda, but two people down. Lapu Lapu, including Irtel and Team. Oh, it was Aura, right? The red side.
Aura on the blue side and
Oh,
WT on the red side. But look at that, Hayabusa jumps in, but
oh
he will be caught by Vale, and all the damage that he's dealing. Wesker is actually trying to end the game. Well, Beatrix with Wesker, of course. But look, Hylos
oh,
has used
the
the
voice
you know
copy
the
coming in.
ultimate. He's used the glorious pathway, but I think it's going to be a big problem here because Wesker is going to do out damaging Hylos any day. And there goes Daddy too. Roger out of the picture. It's going to be very risky. Nibiru now actually finally showing off his damage. And I
Oh,
believe that with the
oh.
way Green Wolf has been playing, they're gonna take two down. Arslan and I.
A really nice gameplay, man. Coming in from the side of Team Aura this time, despite losing, the early, the mid game, it's gonna be the late game here. It's, nearly 10 minutes, and they might be doing a comeback because they have the Lapu Lapu with the bravest fighter and the Kalos for the sustain. Roger can do a really good amount of damage as well if you use it wisely with the good build. And yeah, we have the Irtel as well, the late game queen in the golden, but Beatrix is here.
Oh,
Oh my
look at
god,
that.
Daddy got taken down, falling off in the hands of Karita, and the Lord will be taken down without any contest from the side of team WT, right? Oh, I'm just sucking out with the names, man.
WAT. What? WAT
WT.
is the name of the team,
Oh my
and
god,
they've got an
and
advantage. You.
oh my god, despite, it was just about to turn the tables when they did the wipe here, killing the Beatrix and the Kadita as well. But right now, we are getting to see Team WAT. They are just in back to the farm and they are just trying to end it as fast as possible because they know once Team Aura gets the farm, then it's gonna be over for them or it's gonna be difficult for Team WAT. But look at there. Legendary coming in again in the hands of Kadita. Rizal falling off. The Shadow Kill have been used. Lapu Lapu with the one falling off in the hands of Hayabusa. Daddy as well falling down in the hands of Beatrix. One person surviving. Oh my god, Hylos taken down as well. And this is the end. And the match winner is gonna be Team WAT, bro. What a gameplay coming in.
That was very, very tough. And I believe that Aura actually struggled throughout the whole game. But again, WAT did gap them in every way possible. The gold lane was absolutely gapped. We've got the mid lane also getting very badly gapped, and the jungle position. With the Kalea being there, Roger did not have any opening. And Kadita too. Kadita made sure that Roger actually suffered throughout the whole game. And the surprising fact is Lapu Lapu has the highest tower damage in the game. Dude, can you believe that, Shinji?
Oh my god. Lapu Lapu with that, damage onto the turrets. It's like, a fighter doing the turret push here, despite having a MM. Just look at there, the 3,497 damage by Lapu Lapu. Damn, bro, and even onto the
That's
turrets here. Sheesh. It
That's
feels
kind
like
of sad when you notice that. It's kind of sad when you notice that what do you call it? Kalea actually did 4,500 damage and Lapu Lapu just did 3,800. Dude, kind of
Oh,
very overwhelming for the sided team. WAT, no, wait, no, not Aura, because obviously they didn't have any advantage in any of the aspects of the game, but still they did pull off a good comeback in one certain situation.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, the gameplay coming in from the side of Team WAT, like it felt like all one-sided coming in. Team Aura did something in the match, in middle of the match when the glorious pathway just popped up, but Hylos got taken down. And meanwhile, with the bravest fighter, Lapu Lapu charged in, but at that moment they couldn't do anything, and that's the reason they still lost the match after winning a fight there. And you have to take care of your draft as well. Because I saw them playing a Roger against this kind of a draft. I don't think that's really very good. Because Roger nowadays he gets caught really very easily.
Yeah, dude. Roger is at best an A minus tier, and I'm being very, very generous with what I'm actually putting him in. It's because in the in the right conditions, this guy can absolutely shred. And if he gets a snowball running, it's like the old Suyu, because obviously Suyu used to completely dominate if he had a snowball. And Roger is the same even right now. But if he does not have the snowball going, he's absolutely wasted throughout the whole game.
Absolutely, man. And even I am a Suyu main, so I know that when the hero just got released, there was like people just thought like, what can he do? He's just like a hero with some, skills, like six kind of skills he has. Nothing more. He's
Yep.
gonna be squishy just like the Assassins. But yeah, when he just entered the land of Dawn, the fighting scene, he just became the menace with the damage, with the snowball there, and he can do 1v5 wipes sometimes, about the old days. But right now, after getting the nerf onto his magic defense sustain, so he just gets taken down easily by some heroes like Eamon, Joy. Because nowadays, Joy, after dashing twice and just using the basic attacks on Suyu, he can just burst down, melt down the Suyu there. So right now in this meta, I don't think Suyu is really good against the magic damage heroes, because we have the Lancelot, the YSS, and some more chunky junglers there.
I completely agree with you. Suyu has a lot of problems, but then again, Aura had a lot of problems in this match, especially with the drafting. I believe that they could actually work on the drafting, and I think Shinji, you share the same opinion that I have.
Absolutely, man. But yeah, we have
Well,
some more
either way,
matches coming, like Crucifix.
yeah. Yup. We've got even more exciting matches. Hopefully, it's not, a bad draft and a bad execution. I hope it's better and even more competition coming in the MOBA 5v5 official scrims. So stay tuned. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and get your friends in on the action. Make sure they actually like what Mobile Legends is actually all about. By the way, make sure you don't actually bring any friends that don't like Mobile Legends because they'll blame you later. I'm just joking. Get your friends here and make sure that you watch what's happening on the 5v5 scrims. We'll see you soon. Stay tuned. Stay frosty.
I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.
Hey guys, welcome back to the weekend scrims. It's Moba 5v5. It's the statewide scrims that's going on. And right now, we are here live with me and Shinji on the caster desk. Hey, yo, Shinji, what's good?
What's up, buddy? I'm doing well, and what about you?
I'm all chill here, and I'm excited to see if these teams can actually pull up something that we can actually expect as the most exciting gameplay, especially after all of the brawl games that we were seeing all this while. Am I right?
Absolutely, man. We are getting to see so much of a brawl happening in the weekend screams. Like, people be like, it's okay, guys. We are here to unleash our skills, so we don't have to use our strategy and all. We just have to do the brawl thing here so that casters, gets messed up while casting. But yeah, here we are in the drafting phase, guys. Uh, I guess I am still, confused with the names here. Which team is on which side? Can you just clear it out, Crucifix?
Not sure myself, so we'll just stick to whatever the teams have actually put. Oh no. Japan Shinto Shrine on the blue side. We'll just call them Shinto Shrine because I wasn't updated as the name. We just jumped into the drafting, of course. It's a Shinto Shrine because the Shinto Shrine symbol is on the blue side, and DV because obviously the DV, the driving authorities from the US have now come into Mobile Legends in Indian server for some reason. So it's Shinto Shrine versus DV. Sorry again for I apologize again for completely butchering the team's names. I'm so sorry, but this is what we're going with.
And yeah, we are with the bans getting complete here. The bans of the first phase, only the one ban coming in from the red side is left, but the other bans are Karita, Glue, Bane onto the blue side, and Angela and Basha. Angela Basha combo is damn good, man, nowadays. Like Angela with any utility hero in the jungle is so amazing, and you can even use Angela in the mid lane and high loss in the roam, and it will be so deadly. A high loss invading you again and again, along with his healing Angela. Both of you have their revitalize onto you, and the opponent jungler will be like, bro, give me a break. Don't invade me so much. But yeah, that's how it works. And the last ban coming in, it's gonna be the double S tier jungler with a bit of nerf on him because he recently got the nerf, and it's gonna be Yishan Shin. We call him shortly the YSS with a Mountain Shocker, with a CC pick coming in as well, Crucifix.
Smelly, wait, no, SMERF. I think it's Smurf. I don't exactly know how to pronounce it,
Murphy,
but
I
he
guess.
actually Smurfy. Yeah, we'll just call him Smurfy, dude. Smurfy here gets the pick on CC, who is a very, very strong EXP laner, but that's not going to be the only EXP laner. That's someone you have to watch out for. It's probably, Ulapu Lapu, Phoveus, and other heroes that can actually keep the back line completely engaged, like Esmeralda too. These heroes are very, very strong EXP laners. CC, though, is very valid in terms of keeping the back line in check with their curtain call, keeping them together and making sure they actually struggle to actually get away from the side, from their side, obviously. But look at that. To counter up that CC for some reason, we've got the gold lane and the jungle getting picked. I don't believe that's the best course of action. But yes, Lancelot getting picked is no doubt one of the most important picks of all we've got right now. Finn and Fredrin onto the side of Team Shinto Shrine.
That's a good pick coming in, man. When you have a Lancelot onto your opponent, then picking a Fredrin is really good. Fredrin is the only utility jungle in my POV who can counter any Ashishian, to be honest. Any Ashishans in the
Sure.
list. And picking out the Jushin is also really very good because if your opponent haven't picked the mid laner yet, then locking down the Jushin is really good if you're going with the utility jungle. Because if they get it, then it's gonna be really painful for your jungler. So that was a good choice coming in, but the Kimi with the traction pulse coming into the battlefield and a draft as well here. So Crucifix, what do you think about Kimi pick coming in against the Jushin?
I believe it has its own, validity. I think that it's actually not going to be very strong in the terms of mid lane control. The Kimi is going to always be, out damaged or kited by the Zushin, obviously. But Kimi, though, can actually perform well in team fights. So we've got to wait until that happens. But again, this just in, I got the team names. I apologize again for calling them Shinto Shrine and DV. It is going to be Blocklist INT onto the side of Team Blue and Team Deuce Volt onto the side of Team Red. And I'm going to repeat that again. Block list INTL on the side of Team Blue and Team Deuce Volt onto the side of Team, you know, Red.
Okay.
We'll just call them DB.
And okay, we are done with the names, guys. I hope you guys understood what we mean. But the draft is still left to be completed. The second phase of the banning is here, and we are getting to see some chunky people getting banned, as well as a gold laner here. 1-1 from the goal lane, and Kalia and Gadotkacha. Both of them are, kind of same kind of skills. They have Gadotkacha have the EOG to jump, and Kalia have the normal jump as well. But the plus point about Kalia is she can get the Tsunami Slam onto her hands. And if the opponent doesn't have the Purify, then it's really good. You can just pick her up, bring it to your own side, and maybe your burst damage dealer can just wipe them out in seconds. But yeah, the Asme ban coming in as well. But do you think Asme is that good against the CC? Because they just banned it. Because CC is a kind of an EXP laner who can melt down anyone in seconds with a current call.
We can't just rely on the one versus one capabilities in the exp lane. We've got to always consider the fact that team fights where the whole team is going to actually engage, and Esmeralda might actually just be a big problem for the back line. Heroes like Yuzong, Esmeralda, decisively go into the back line and make sure the back line is in trouble. Heroes like Lapu Lapu do that too. But again, I don't believe that Lapu Lapu is going to get picked. I think that only one is actually going to be the roamer. So the Badang is going to be on the roam position, but it's always possible that he's going to go into the EXP side of things. So we can't really tell. But again, talking about the whole five versus five thing, I think Esmeralda does perform pretty well against all enemies that are clumped up together. She will extensively regenerate HP with the first skill, of course, but she's not going to be able to do that with the way things are right now because she is going to be banned. Beatrix getting picked onto the side of Team Block List, and that's going to be probably followed up by a Kufra. I believe that with the Fredrin, I think a Matilda or some other heroes that can actually provide a lot of utility is more required. But a CC hero might actually just work because obviously Kufra is the kind of person hero that actually jumps into the back line too, making sure there's a lot of disruption and a lot of engaged stalling from the back line. But again, Fredrin can do well in the front phase of the things. So Fredrin, Zushin to actually deal with the frontliners of the enemies, Beatrix to do the damage to the frontliners and slowly go onto the backside, Kufra to disable the enemies in the back or maybe keep the enemies in the front distracted, and CC to completely wipe out the back line. I think it's actually valid, but with Purify on Harriet, I think he's going to be safe, but the rest, it can't be any bit better for them. But look, Lapu Lapu gets picked onto the side of Team DV.
Absolutely. Team DV with the Lapu Lapu onto the side against the CC. That's gonna be really good because with the Bravest Fighter, with this lifesteal, with the Spell Vamp, he can sustain really very well. Even though CC is a kind of a melter here, he can just sustain with the lifesteal he'll be getting from the minions. And he both the teams just completed the draft. So looking into both the teams' draft, what do you think? Which team has the better draft here?
I believe the Team Blocklist have thought it through and gotten heroes that actually have a lot of meta viability. But again, we are right now in the land of dawn between as in witnessing the match between two teams, Blocklist INT on the blue side and Team DV Deuce Volt on the side of Team Red. Both goal laners have reached the goal lane, while CC is the only hero that's reached the EXP lane. But look, we've got a little bit of a power struggle happening in the mid lane, trying to actually defend against the minions, obviously. But Team Blue, Team Blocklist, INT have the advantage in terms of actually clearing the lanes. But look at that, Kufra trying to engage and see where the enemies are at. He knows now that Lancelot has engaged in the blue buff first, so he's going to get his team a free Luther Wanderer. Good positioning, good map vision is always key. Look at that, CC in the mid lane for some reason now. He's doing a lot of damage to Astra, and that will force her to keep a little bit of distance between all the enemies for now, at least. Without the fist crack, he's not going to be able to actually do much. He can't create the walls just yet. He's level one, and he will be forced to go back.
Absolutely, man. But look at there in the bottom lane as well. Both the EXP laners trying to give some poke damage to each other. But right now, Lancelot is the one having a good time with the farm. He is just with the lead of the farm. And Fredrin, he is a utility one, so he will be facing some difficulties. But in the middle end of his crack coming in with the sliver amount of HP and the flicker being used, team blocklist, the mid laner Jushin will be backing off there, and the bottom lane rotation is coming in from the side of team DB, and there might be a skirmish happening. We might get to see. And look at there, the charge coming in. The taunt has been used by Fredrin. He'll be escaping away by the fist crack. Will be using the ultimate, but no one will be taken down because he didn't absorb that amount of damage to deal the damage there. because the more damage you absorb,
True.
the more damage you can get from Fredrin. But the turtle is here, the first neutral objective, and it's gonna be secured by the Lancelot. And the first blood in the hands of one there onto Fredrin. The Phantom Execution coming in, Traction Pulse have been used as well with a slaver amount of HP. Kufra, they're backing off, and Lapu Lapu will be the one taking down Ryuk there. Smurfy will be taken down as well. 3 kills in the hands of Team DB with the turtle as well. The trade is onto the side.
That was a tough team fight for the side of Team Blocklist. They lost a lot of momentum that they had going on for them. But again, they have the Zushin. They could have actually used the advantage on that one, but they all went one by one, got marked down one by one, especially by the Badang and the Lancelot, making sure that they were taking a lot of CCs to their face and a lot of damage, especially. And with Kimmy being there, that's just the icing on the cake, dude. They just absorb all of that damage.
Mm,
But again, we can never tell because the team might actually just turn it around any given moment of the game. But look at that. We might see a fight in the mid lane.
mhm. Fight happening, but in the bottom lane as well. Look at there, the vengeance have been popped up by CC, and yeah, CC is the one having a hard time against the Lapu Lapu there, despite we know, CC is the one who is the queen of exp lane, but she is the one getting chalked there in the bottom, in the top lane as well. We are getting to see a skirmish might happen. Lancelot there just to gank up the Beatrix, but do you think they will be able
Oh,
to? I think yes, because 4 people there from the side of team DV, and look at their Kufra still level 4, man, getting getting a really low amount of farm onto his hands because he's not able to provide a vision he needs to here. Because team DV, they have the Badang onto the side, he can just do the fist crack, and the traction pulse will be coming in, and he might get taken down really easily. So the Melody potential is there onto Kimi,
true.
and look at there the charge coming in by Kufra. Oh, the Tyrant's Rage
Oh,
having
there
used,
comes the wrap.
and oh my god, the turtle is here. Oh, sheesh, look at there. The ultimate and the retribution coming in by Fredrin. He will be getting the turtle there, but Kufra falling off in the hands of one with a sliver amount of HP. Lancelot backing off, but only one in a really bad position. Smurfy will be the one getting the kill, and the blue might get stolen here. Fredrin, Smurfy, both of them are here to get it, and Lancelot will be losing it.
And I think Lancelot knows about it, so he's going to the top side to take the red buff. But look at that, as a man forcing the top side
Oh,
of the game. We've got Super Aviel getting the kill on Beatrix and putting a lot of pressure going up to the top side. He knows that he's going to get marked down just now, so he's going to recall back to the base. And I think Fat Cat is not going to actually find his way to actually get the kill on a low HP target like Harriet, for now at least. But Fredrin is definitely out damaging Sassy Void. Sassy Void does not have, the amount of farm that Fredrin has. Obviously, he's level 8, and team a DV is kind of in the bad position here. But with the way that Super Aviel actually got the kill on the top side, I think it's going to be fine just for now. They actually traded a few blows, and it's not going to look very serious or grim for the side of Team DV just yet. But Team Blocklist are
oh,
doing
look
their
at
best.
there.
Look at that. We've got Frederick Frankenstein actually engaging, getting kill one. He's going to jump in. We've got Lapu Lapu using the Bravest Fighter, stunning up the CC. And we've got the taunt coming in from Frederick. I believe with the way Super Avio got the kill on Vile, it's going to be very tough in the top side. We got an off camera kill. And we've got a little bit of a disengage from the side of Team DV. They got the advantage in terms of getting the top side, and they might actually just push it. But Fat Cat has other ideas. He's going to push the top lane. But look at that. We've got Harriet with the Starlium sight already. I always call it Calamity Reaper, bro. I don't know why. Look at that. We've got the curtain call onto the Lapu Lapu. We've got the Bravest Fighter. He's going to use it to actually heal up all the damage that he's actually lost,
Oh my
HP that
god.
he's already lost.
And he
But
just
Lapu
already
Lapu
got
finally
the
gets the
one.
War Axe. Exactly.
So it's gonna be really good for him, sustaining against the CC. He have the life steal onto him, but after getting the Warx, it's gonna be really more spell and lifesteal onto his hands. But in the mid lane as well, Lancelot doing his job. The Xing Xing there with the puncher, but the third neutral objective is here. The question is who is it gonna be taking it? And the traction pearls have been used. And look at there with the
Oh,
turtles and the retribution. Sassy Void will be the one getting the turtle. Kufra falling off in the hands of one there, and the trade goes to the side of team DV, and we might get to see some skirmishes happening in the top lane, maybe. Because look at there, one Astra waiting for Will. Will in
oh
a really bad
no.
position, might get taken down. But with the flicker play backing off, lucky enough to get back, but right now Fredrin there to defend his turrets using the taunt, but won't be enough to defend the turret. It will be destroyed in the hands of Lancelot, and with this labor amount of HP, look at there, Fredrin backing off with the land shocker and the flicker combo. Lapu Lapu coming in, but really bad position there from his side, and will be taken down in the hands of Vile. Oh my god, what a gameplay coming in from both these sides. But it's gonna be Team DB having the upper hand because look at their goal laner. He's doing a really good rotation. Skirmish happening in the bottom lane, top lane. He will be pushing out the bottom lane tier 1. That's a good thing, man.
Definitely. Definitely, dude. And with the way that, Zushin was actually there to actually use the lantern
Oh,
flare, but
oh,
look at
my.
that. We got the Tyrant's Wrath jumping in on Kimmy and getting the kill on Juan, making sure he's out of the picture. But look, or Astra does not get the connect onto the fist crack. I don't think he's gonna actually make any engages just yet. But I think Harriet might be in a tough position. But we've got the charge completely missing on to Harriet. Zaman Force now. Oh, wait, yeah. Zaman Force has done a lot of damage with all the chrono dashes. But look, Lantern Flare again catching the Lapu Lapu, but this time he's not going to be the one taking out. And we've got Ryuk getting taken out instead. This is a one-time opportunity for Ryuk to turn it around and get revenge from whatever Zushin did in that previous team fight, especially when he was off position. Now he gets a little bit of an advantage, and now mid lane might be the next target on the side of Team DV's minds.
Oh my god, what's going on, man? A complete brawl,
Bro.
I presume you're happening. But look at there. Astra coming in on Smurfy. Smurfy with the half amount of HP backing off. Look at there. The jump coming in, the Tyrant's Rage have been used. Traction Pulse as well. Zaman Force there. Kufra falling off again in the hands of only one. Fizzcrack coming in well with the sliver amount of HP backing off, but will be taken down in the hands of Lapu Lapu there. Double kill in the hands of Lapu Lapu. Fredin falling as well. Oh my god,
Oh
look at
no.
there. With the amount of HP, Smurfy backing off, but the kill of Lancelot goes in the hands of Ryuk. Ryuk will be the one surviving alongside Smurfy. Will they be able to defend the midland tier 2? Because look at there, 4 people and the Zaman Force is there as well. Super Avil with the deficiency of mana will be backing off. But look at there, Jushin doing her work. Smurfy getting the killing spree onto Astra. Ryuk got taken down. Mega kill in the hands of Lapu Lapu, the bravest fighter. And the Traction Pulse have been used. Lapu Lapu so sustaining with a lifesteal. One getting that kill onto Kufra. Smurfy with the sliver amount of HP backing off as well. One, oh my god, what kind of a damage you're dealing, buddy. Wheel just came into the fight but forced to back off. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, that's tough. Team Blocklist have been losing up a lot of the team fights that have been actually occurring all this while. They've lost up to 3 tier 1s in all 3 lanes, and we've got CC pushing the bot lane. While DV are pushing up on any positioning that they can actually take to actually take the Lord right now. Fredrin positioning himself right next to the bush, but CC not being there is going to be a big problem. We've got Padang
Oh,
getting
oh,
taunted, and I
oh.
think it's going to be a very bad position if at all Bennett actually connects. We've got, what do you call it? Wait,
Oh, oh, Fredrin going in.
Beatrix with
Oh
the
my god, the
flicker is still
retribution blade
available, but
coming
Frankenstein
in.
gets the clutch steal onto the Lord, and that was beautiful. But look at that. Wild's going to find a way to get the kill on Badang, and Fat Cat's going to fall down in the hands of Juan.
Oh
Yes,
my
Juan.
god.
I keep confusing it for Yankee.
A nice retribution blade coming in, from his side, but they lost
Yep,
their
yep.
roamer there. And the Zaman Force have been popping up there while with the low amount of HP. Might get taken down, but it's gonna be super evil. Getting taken down in the hands of Ryu, that was a really bad positioning coming in from his side because the Lord is here. He should be there to defend it. But this time, the tables might get turned because look at Team Blocklist. They are just pushing out the turrets, the Lord marching from the bottom lane, but they know the Lord is really very squishy, the first Lord, so they can just trade out the turrets with the elite minions here and in the top lane as well with the bravest fighter Lapu Lapu just trying to defend it and he will be able to. The tier 1 they lost in the top lane, but look at there. CC dealing a good amount of damage. Lapu Lapu getting melted down, but will be backing off with the dash
Mid
and in
lane,
the
mid
mid lane
lane.
as well. Oh my god, look at there. The skirmish happening. Lancelot coming in, but with the jumping ball, that Kufra will be backing off and no blood will be shaded there. But still, Team Blocklist couldn't trade much with that Lord. Only one turret.
I mean, only yeah, I agree. The one turret is actually important because already they've been losing up on a lot. Look at that, the fist rack has actually engaged, but then the CC's vengeance is disabled, every engage possibility because nobody wants to actually fight someone with a vengeance on. So CC is going to stay alive for now at least. But look, Lancelot's positioning. He's going to be in the top side, making sure he gets the
Oh,
vision on
oh.
enemies. But Kupra is able to find him. He's going to make sure the jump is actually on him, and the bouncing ball is going to miss, dude. Puncture is going to allow him to escape from that critical situation there. But look, Beatrix doing damage to Lancelot. I think Lancelot did not think that through. But the bot side of the map, we've got maybe a possible engage. Kufra
Oh, the
jump in,
talent
catches
traits
one.
coming
Badang is
in.
going to be in trouble. I don't think it's going to be a follow up from anyone. They're playing pretty good. I'll be very honest with you. With the way that all the teams have been playing up until now, this is one of the matches that have at least a little bit of restraint. And I think both Blocklist and also Team DV have quite the understanding on how to play it. And I don't think any engages were unnecessary, unless, of course, you're talking about a few early game ones, which, of course, maybe you can attribute them to, both of the teams trying to test the waters for what the enemies are actually capable of. I believe that that's the only possible solution to put it in kind words. But again, I think Kufra is doing pretty well. I think his positioning is very good. His engages are pretty on point. But it's not just him. He's just the frontliner. He's just there to make sure a few spells are wasted to keep Lancelot off the backs of the backliners for his team. I believe that it's actually going pretty well. But for now, Blocklist have the advantage in terms of actually positioning themselves right next to the Lord. But
Oh,
we've
look at
got a
there.
little bit of an engage. We've got Lapu
The
Lapu getting
Tyrants.
taunted by the Fredrin Frankenstein going to the backside. We've got now the fist break and the fist crack catching two of the frontliners. We've got only one getting the kill in Frankenstein and the back line getting marked down by Lapu Lapu nonetheless. He's going to be also getting taken out. The Fat Cat will be taken out by our Super Avial, who's absolutely doing a lot of damage for some reason.
Oh my god. Oh, Matrix trying to do that, the Lord Steel, but won't be enough. But yeah, CC trying to do the split push as well in the top lane. Despite getting the top lane tier 2, she just failed to get the inhibitor. If she would have just secured it, then it would have been a really good thing for her team. But Lancelot coming in, stealing away the red buff in front of Wheel, and right now, Team DV just leading with a goal lead of 2k and the kills. It feels like we have to multiply the score of Team Blocklist with 2 to get the total score of Team DV because they are just leading the
Yep.
match very well from their side. And in top lane, we might get to see a skirmish as well. Look at there. Oh my god, the team is all charged up from their side. Lord coming in from the top lane, Lancelot trying to just clear up the lane so that they can get the tier 2 of the mid lane as well, just like the top lane. The traction pulse coming in, Avil securing the mid lane tier 2, and the Lord is there. Smurfy trying to deal some damage onto Astra with the 40% of HP surviving region have been forced out. Bottom lane tier 2 have been destroyed as
Oh,
well.
look at that.
Look at there, the chrono dash and the damage coming in. The fist crack having used Smurfy with this little amount of HP, but Astra will be the one as well backing off. The ball is there with that chrono dashes and the Zaman force. Oh my god, had it dealing so good amount of a damage. Kufra falling off, and while was in the verge of falling off as well, but surviving luckily. And the mid lane inhibitor have been taken down as well. Four people there from the side of Team DB. They are just trying to push as fast as possible. Lapu getting caught, but still, he doesn't care. The curtain call have been used onto one and only one, but no, they won't be able to follow up and engage onto them.
True, true. And look at that. Lancelot is able to get the retribution. Not retribution, I mean red buff. With the old school line, cool guys don't look at explosions. They just watch shit blow up right behind them. And he just goes on to the fire beetle, making sure that he actually gets both the red buff and the fire beetle. But look at that. The
Oh,
Kufra jumps in with a
the
flicker.
talent
He's gonna
is
get
coming in.
that
The
beautiful
curtain
Tyrant's
call is
Rage.
there as
He's
well.
gonna use the bouncing ball, but he's gonna get taken out. Super Avio out of the picture. Now we've got Lapu Lapu and also Harriet's trying to actually go for the backline, but Harriet's low on HP. But here comes the Lantern Flare with the ultimate from the Zushin, and also Lapu Lapu getting the stun onto that Zushin. But look at that, we've got the Thorn Rose, but we've got another engage. I don't think it's actually a good idea, but look at that. CC is going to be forced to go back with the Harriet's damage. Dude, absolutely crazy. For now, at least one loss from the side of Team Block List, but DV did not lose much. They have to recall, though. They don't have any HP.
Oh my god, that was a good engage coming in by Kufra, but his team couldn't utilize it, man. So sad. But the Flicker and Tyrant's Rage combo was so good that they could have just taken the whole team down with that move. But the curtain call having used with the damage coming in, the British fighter have been forced out for escape as well, and the third lord of the match is here, and we are getting to see Team DV just contesting for it, and Team Blocklist going in with the retribution and the
Oh,
Tornros. Lancelot will be the one securing it, coming in with the punchers and the Tornros being used with a sliver amount of HP. Smurfy and Fredrin surviving there, and only one as well recalling bad alongside Astra.
Not very, very good for the side of team. Block list for now, at least. They've lost a Lord, which is going to be a 17-minute Lord. It's not going to be an enhanced Lord. 18 minutes is where the Lord gets enhanced, and I think it's actually not very good for their side. They're trying to look into syncing the lanes. We've got Badang and Harriet on the top. We've got Kimmy and also, Lancelot on the bot. So they're actually going to sync all the lanes together, make sure that every side is going to be pressured from the side of team block list. They've got only one option. They've got to make sure all the sides are defended pretty well. Look at that. Beatrix trying his best to actually
Oh,
defend it,
that's
but we've got a
impulse.
little bit of a problem in the bot lane. We've got Lancelot trying to look in for a kill on the Beatrix, but I know that he knows that too. So the Lord's going to march in, but the top lane tier 3 is going to take it now. Lord is going to be out of the picture, though. I'm not going to actually be very surprised with that one. Lord is very squishy, like you mentioned, Shinji, but they've lost two tier 1. Like, for now, at least, they've lost two tier 3s.
Oh my god, the tier 3 they lost
Oh,
and
look.
won with this neighbor amount of HP backing off. Look at there, only one inside the turret. Look at there with the sliver amount of HP using the British fighter to fall off with the 10% HP, the 5% HP onto his hands. Astra might get picked up and thrown in, and look at there. Oh my god, they just lost the chance, man. They could have just caught them, but the engage, the follow up was not there from the side of Team Blocklist.
I mean, to be fair, they have to play it safe. They can't really afford to actually make any mistakes as of right now in the game. They've got a 19-minute game going on, and the Lord next one will be the biggest one of them all. If they actually lost even one of the members that they actually had in that team fight, they would be throwing away the game because Team DV know how to capitalize on every simple mistake that Team Blocklist have done up until now. So they can't afford to make any more mistakes. For now, at least, I think everyone's full build, so they have a lot of damage and a lot of sustain and a lot of defenses also. So I think with the way things are, they need to make sure they can't make any mistakes and play it safe. I believe that as of right now, Team Blocklist have a good chance at defending whatever attack Team DV can actually bring to the table, but Team Blocklist can't really use defense every single time now, can they?
Nope, man, for real. And the Lord will be there in 20 seconds, the strongest of them all. And the bottom lane tier 3 have been destroyed as well. With the land pressure, they will be struggling. Team Blocklist having a really bad time for their side now. Because the elite minions with the golden plating onto them will be marching from all the sides. The bottom lane lands have been cleared as well by Lancelot, and the Lord is here. Team Blocklist trying to engage for the Lord, but it gets resetted by the side of Team DV until their jungler arrives, and Lancelot will be there in few seconds. The fight is occurring while with this limited
Oh,
amount of
but look at
HP
that.
backing off, but might get taken out and will be taken out in the hands of Ceci Void, and Kufra in the bad position as well will be falling off. The monster kill in the hands of only one, and they will be getting the Lord safely onto their hands. And that was a really bad move coming in from the side of Team Blocklist.
I agree, but right now they could actually just end the game because there's only 3 members and 5 members alive from the side of Team DV. They have the opportunity to get the game in their bag. For now, at least, they are trying to actually push the minions and make sure the lanes are synced. This is going to be an 18-minute Lord,
Oh,
which is going to guarantee a win for the side of Team DV. If Team, Blocklist actually can't defend this, they are going to lose up on this game. They have kept the defense on as of right now.
oh,
Look at that though. His crack is actually going to miss. Here comes the bravest fighter on the back line. We've got CC getting a lot of damage in his face, but it's going to be the Lord that's just going to use his trident to make sure the Nexus is going to get blown into smithereens. Victory for the side of Team DV. Finally, a good fight for the night.
Oh my god, what a gameplay coming in from the side of Team DV, capitalizing everything. They just capitalized their, goal and the objectives they secured, and that was a really good move coming in from their side. They just utilized everything in the fight, and especially the rotation coming in from their goal laner was damn amazing. And Team Blocklist, they have to improve. They have to come back stronger into the next weekend scrims. We might be casting there or we might not, but there will be some casters looking at you, reporting your match to the audience there in YouTube, in our YouTube channel, onto the stream. So you have to perform well in the next time. So till then, we will be signing off, right, Crucifix? So before leaving, you want to say something?
Not much. I'm just excited to actually find one team that was absolutely not giving up. They played good defense. Blocklist did very well, but they did not have the damage, especially compared to what Harriet and the side of Team DV actually brought to the table. So they actually ended up losing this one, but it's okay. They can always come back stronger in the next weekend where you guys will definitely be watching. I'm betting on it. So make sure you stay tuned because we're signing off.
I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.